morning, friends. Okay, so today I thought we would tune in and do a little bit of mini healing session for the sacral chakra. We're really just communicating with the sacral chakra, and we'll see what wants to come up. So let's just tap in today. So this is for all who will be tuning in, and I think just the overall collective. Yeah, it's all who are tuning in and just the overall collective. So themes that we're seeing kind of globally right now for this sacral area within ourselves and within the earth realm, yeah, itself. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, we don't need any clearing, so we're just tuning in. Okay, so starting off, we're getting that there's something kind of present time that's coming up. Kind of a trapped emotion. So I'll write this down. And trapped emotions are emotions that get lodged in the body. And so sometimes, like, for example, someone will have like a shoulder injury and they do the rehab and they're eating right and, they're taking the rest and they're getting their sleep and, they've got their 4 doctors and all the principles and stuff like that kind of in line, but still that shoulder isn't healing. And so sometimes it can be, if there's emotional stuff that gets stuck there or old traumas from the past that we're still holding on to and not letting go of, once we move through some of that stuff, you'll see like the release and the healing start to take place in the body. So we have these little like trapped emotions, maybe not so little, but trapped emotions that get stuck in the body, and they really just hold us back in a lot of different ways. So we're tapping in if there's anything kind of like stuck for the earth as well, and kind of for the collective in this sacral area. Okay. So 2 things I'm seeing here. Heartache to joy. And really what we're wanting here is like ebb and flow of joy, instead of like a solidifying almost. So like the heartache, yes, it can be a pain. It's pain more so when we're feeling it up here. But in the sacral, it's kind of like there's that blockage of flow. There's like achiness, right? Yeah, there's an achiness. There's a painfulness in like that movement in a sense. That's really what I'm getting here. So a joy of like allowing that flow, a joy of going with the flow instead of like rigidly fighting against systems and stuff. Not that we have to buy into the systems, but that we get to come back to that natural law and trust the deeper natural laws within ourselves and within earth, and like trust the flow of what your body is telling you, right? So this is almost feeling like it's again like that polar type shift of like mind to heart, right? It's not so much that we're living life from just the mind and the thoughts, because the mind and the thoughts can logic us into all sorts of things that maybe actually aren't aligning for us. But when we come into the flow of the full body, which is really cool, like the sacral chakra included and our heart included, then we get to flow beautifully in line with our body. And what's really cool with the biological oscillators is like there's the mind, there's the heart, and there's the intestine, right? And they all communicate with each other, which is really cool. Like there's brain centers almost in each of them. So so this is like the sacral piece being like, hey, don't forget about me. Like there's so much talk about like following following your heart, or doing what's logical, or setting strategies, and that kind of thing, but the sacral is so creative, and also it is like following that gut instinct, but it's different than like that intuitive instinct, and a lot of people think of those are kind of the same, and yes, they're similar, but there's also wisdom of the sacral. So it's almost like inviting yourself to tune in, because it's like the forgotten one a little bit. Like, yes, people do their gut health stuff and talk about parasites and stuff like that, but the wisdom that's here is kind of what she's being like, hey, remember. And that's where we get to have that flow. So it's like, let's integrate all of these biological oscillators, or even next time it comes to making a decision about something, maybe take a moment and rest your hands just like on, oh, if you don't know where sacral is either, it's just like down here. So you're just like resting your hands on like your lower abdominals, and just kind of like below your belly button, and you know, below, I guess above and on the hip bone area, and kind of feeling like that womb space, for the females. So yeah, you can rest your hands there and ask its wisdom, or ask if there's anything it likes to share. Like, just be curious. Your body will speak to you if you quiet down and open to it. It's incredible. So that's kind of what the heartache, that's kind of what the heartache is. That's so fascinating. And it's coming along with something else. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. What I was getting last night, actually, and I wasn't really relating it to the sacral, was a lot about like clearing, clearing some of the darkness in the world. Which, you know, this is going far beyond just the sacral stuff. This is definitely different stuff that I do. But it was coming to my mind of like clearing the waterways of the earth with like white light energy, and it was connected to a lot of different systems, like a lot of different like icky trades and you know, businesses and stuff like that that kind of go on globally that are really like, you know, the heavy awful ones. And also like currency, right? You think of that like money and currency, and it felt like just like sending this white light energy into the waterways to like clear and bring white light energy like into currency, into flow, into, you know, letting go of some of these ickier trades that have you know, been going unseen, well, more so seen lately, going unseen for a long time, and just like really clearing a lot of those systems. And so crystal quartz was the one I was shown, like when I was doing kind of my own clearings last night, to like add that like white light crystal quartz like to water. And yeah, my friend Kareen does these beautiful, she's Fiery Herbs, does these beautiful tincture droplets, and the crown chakra one actually has crystal quartz inside it. So I've been adding some to my water today, and actually my little guy's been asking to have that one in his water lately because we have all the chakras, and I'm like, what one do you want today? And let him kind of just intuitively pick. And so clearing these waterways. So actually I was going to message some friends about this today, but if you're watching, you know, if you're near some waterways today, just like holding out your hands and sending that white light and love to just give love to that current, give love to that water. And perhaps that's the waterways of the earth. When I was saying like we're working with that chakra inside the human today, but potentially we're working with that inside the earth today. So yeah, see how that feels. See how that feels. And of course, inside each human, like, I don't know what percentage we are, like 80%, 90%, 75% water or something like that. I don't know what one's accurate, but a lot of water in each human being. So when we're lifting that vibration for the water globally, we're lifting it for humanity, we're lifting it for the animals, for the plants, for all of this vibration. Like, it also evaporates up into the sky and comes back down. Like, it touches and is inside everything. So that is lovely. Okay, let's see what our second one is here. Okay, and stubbornness to flexibility. This is so interesting because like the intestines are there, right? And we're talking about flow and like stubbornness. So it's like, are you tightened up? Is there something you're not releasing? Again, like that stubbornness goes with not flowing. It goes with trying to control, and lack of trust. So really this flexibility is like allowing for that flow. But for me, it feels very much like coming back to your truth, because if we are living super rigidly out of the mind and in these old programs, we are not living with the true rhythm and flow of our body. And it's like trying to go backwards upstream, and it why? Like, float and go, but listen to your body. Don't listen to the systems outside in the world. Like, it really is about tuning into you. And even when it seems like it goes against all logic, trusting yourself above all, trusting your energy, trusting your systems, um, and your body above all. And I think that's the piece where, this sacral chakra really comes in, because the heart is truly unconditional love. It loves all. It loves ourself. It loves us. It loves everything, and that's so beautiful. And the mind, it is amazing with what it can do. Like a fabulous, incredible tool, like so gorgeous, the mind. But coming into this sacral, it almost is like a coming home. Like we talked about, that base chakra really is like holding and stabilizing. And it's the initial movements, like inside the home, of like what feels good inside me, what brings peace, what is proper balance of masculine and feminine, how do I hold myself, how do I wish to create and play and just be in the world without all the jumbles of messiness out there. It really is like this youthful innocence and curiosity and exploration, and just like being in that pure essence before things got distorted. So I'm kind of feeling like as we come back to this space, we do get to come back to our innocence. So do notice if your body is talking to you, if you're having any intestinal issues, if you're having some digestive stuff. Do reach out if that's something that feels good. I mean, I do know all the different nutritional things and stuff like that we can do, and movement things we can do for this chakra. And then these emotional pieces also are often the biggies. And of course, like that's what the integrated wellness I do is we look at all the facets and love on you from all angles. So it's incredible. Okay. Wow, I did not know where this was going to go today, so this is cool. This is cool and so beautiful. Okay, and I want to keep this one shorter because last time it cut off at a certain time. So let's see. We're going to emotion code at 3, and I can do that here for you guys because I really want to do a card reading. So we'll do a card reading coming up in like the next video for the sacral, and we'll see what comes. So let's release this one. Now it's set in stone that I've said it. Well, maybe not, but Okay, so I'll release it for you guys. Do we need any symbols? No. I'll release it for all of us, I should say, because it will be me included. It will be Earth included, all of us. I release heartache and stubbornness. I release heartache and stubbornness. I release heartache and stubbornness. I put in its place joy, ebb flow, and flexibility, and trust. I put in joy, ebb and flow, flexibility, and self-trust. I put in joy, ebb and flow, flexibility, and self-trust. Nice, it is done. Okay, so those action items were, if they feel good to you, asking your sacral, when you have things come up, questions come up, or just listening to your body, taking some time, like before you go to bed at night, you can just rest your hands there, and sometimes that's nice, and even just like sending that energy from your palms into that area, because that's kind of what the Reiki, part of the Reiki energy is energy that comes from our heart center and out through our hands, so we can, send that energy where we want to, like you trip and fall and you put your hand on your knee, and you send that loving energy into it. So we can just have that intention, whether you're attuned or not, you can have that intention of sending love to yourself, or receiving information back from yourself to yourself. So you can rest your hands kind of on that area and see how that feels through the week. Ask for communication if it wants to be shared. And then if that water piece feels good today, it's just like sending white light and love. Same idea, you can hold your hands out, or you can just have that intention, because the love and energy radiates, even if you're doing it to your bathtub or your sink at home or your rain barrel or the dew on the grass, like your glass of water, whatever. If that feels aligning for you, please do, or even do it in your own body, because that water will cycle through in the earth too. So I love you all so incredibly much. I am blessed and honored to be here with you, and have a beautiful day.